So hello again, trading friends. A very beautiful day, especially for Michael Saylor. His stock is now 21% down, and it's just the beginning. The Bitcoin already started to lose the very important 60,000 level, currently at 59,700. Minus 7% today. And so Michael Saylor, that happens to Ponzi's and scammers. Michael Saylor was yesterday announcing that he has been losing only around $200 million because of the drop of Bitcoin. It's not true. There are a lot of financial suits of CFTC, of FSA, also working with China and Chinese companies, frauds. And last not least, this is the beginning of the drop of Bitcoin. We will go much more deeper to around 8K. And so MSTR currently minus 21%, as we can see. And it is not happening today really, because tomorrow still the markets will open lower, and tomorrow and the next days we will have a lot of much more important data than today came, so that will take down the Nasdaq and the tech, a lot of stock and scam, dump stocks down with all those news. And we begin first with MSTR. So, but here is a message for Michael Saylor that I always wanted to tell him. So the reason is Russell 2000, the small cap, that people, small investors, retail traders have lost their trust in all those valueless, scammy, Ponzi, fraud papers and dump stocks like MSTR and many other sectors. That's the reason that they punish all these companies by selling their stocks, taking outflow their assets, and they start to collect cash only, not to go anymore in those stocks or wait a lot of time. And as the stocks are also connected to other sectors, and of course because of global political situation, the financial one, the debt, then we have also the fraud and scam in the Bitcoin market, and there is no trust anymore. So the people started to buy finally those valuable or valuable assets like gold, palladium, silver, US dollar. That's the biggest institution. And even to go to Wix, as you can trade also Wix. So I heard that they have started also to buy a lot of VIX ETFs, and we have seen that the fraud of Hong Kong ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, everybody was hoping of that, but the market destroyed all those ETF numbers. So the ETF, Hong Kong ETF is currently at minus 29%. Even after the second day. And well, that's exactly what I told you. And I think those few people who are regularly watching these videos, I hope they are making a lot of money, while everybody who are against our opinion and also again are not watching these videos, currently possibly they are losing, they will lose a lot. We see also not only the data, they tell people, for example, a Tradingview, that's very terrible. The news sector is publishing news, and 99% of the news published in Tradingview are scams, because they're publishing only, especially in crypto sector, only the news are published by some so-called Wall Street analysts or journalists at Bitcoin newspapers or news agencies. Guys, 100% click them off. Don't even risk to read them, because that's brainwashing. Also, there are some neutral news agency pages, but they are not announcing all the data. So the main, much more important news has been released today, 1 hour after the CPI news that everybody was expecting, and that was the company costs and the reviews for the earnings of the companies. There are still 50 earnings that are awaiting, especially for Nasdaq also, and all them, nearly all them, 48 of 50 earning reports that will be announced are extremely negative, and that's only the past months. Nasdaq ran very well, and the future outlook is looking very, very bad. Here we are in crypto, and we see here the long to short ratio, meaning the long positions, that even the big guys that have been telling you, not you maybe personally, but to the unexperienced dump retail traders, or to dump money, people who are in that Bitcoin religion society, or Tesla society, Tesla religion society, that's a kind of maybe an evil of occultism, and they are believing that Bitcoin is going up, but as I said, they are all dump, and I say directly, honestly, I don't get back 1 millimeter of my trading system and my belief system that I am convinced of, and I believe those people are all brainwashed. I will also in the next videos show you a lot of the seminars of brainwashing of the BTC Bitcoin community, or Bitcoin religious community. That's a form of socialism, leftists and communism, or supported by the communists brainwashing system, and they are all in behind of this movement. We see that all those guys like Saylor and others have already started to sell the positions here. This is not the price for Bitcoin. These are the positions, the long positions, right? Normally, this curve should go higher and higher. That means Bitcoin will go higher. So everybody was buying, and instead, all these big guys started to sell their buying and holding positions. Not least, they started to sell their own Bitcoins. Michael Saylor, I think soon, I hope so, he will rest in jail forever, but he has a lot of financial problems. He has, for example, not announced that over $7 billion of minus in his account, where it's coming from, but he told to the public, it's only a loss of $250 million, right? So we are talking here about $250 million, and that's what he said. And the big number is $7 billion of dollars. 7 billion, the 7 and 9 nines. This is the real number. So minus $7 billion of loss. Where has he hide those losses? And therefore we have reported him immediately to CFTC and FSA. We contacted also today and yesterday 52 different trading partner corporations and institutions we are working with, and they confirmed they got the same numbers, and they are going, or they have started to sue them by CFTC to report them immediately for that wrong number, that fake number. And if the number, the real number, will be announced publicly, then this is what will happen to MSTR. It will go below because of those fake numbers. So stay tuned, we will report about that. All right, so we see that these guys had already started to sell their positions. Now some say, that's the ground. No, it's not the ground, guys. That's an intraday chart, and it's just resting, and it will go deeper. Tomorrow we have the Fed meeting. Very, very important, guys. I told many of you not to trade today. I am trading, but that's a difference. We have experiences. We have the insider information knowledge, not the information, but the knowledge. So I told a lot of people not to trade tomorrow, today, and also yesterday, and instead do nothing this week. Wait until the market stands clear. That's better. We go first of all to the Nasdaq. So we see that Nasdaq holding a little bit better than the others, but Nasdaq starting here to build a so-called bullish flag in a bearish trend. So once breaking that, the Nasdaq will first of all try to defend the 17,000, after that 16,800, then 16,600, then it will go down. Once below that, it will be at first a little bit fighty at around 15,600 to 15,800, but once Nasdaq breaks that level, and I tell you why it will happen. The dump of the market, the very bad earning, and everybody is waiting for interest rates cut. We believe that not only an interest rate cut will happen, instead we believe that in minimum 1 to 2 interest rates rising and hikes will be there. Number one, Donald Trump. Donald Trump has a big fight with Fed. He wants to make the Federal Reserve policy and the Federal Reserve itself dependent on the White House. That means that the Fed will lose its authority that it has at this moment to govern among or above the financial market. And Trump, of course, a billionaire, and his billionaire circles, there is no difference between Trump and Biden. Biden is a millionaire and his millionaire circles. And of course, they have been told by the policy of Fed. Watch again my, if you go to the searching box and then type Davy Brasco and then yen, Davy Brasco and then yen, you get all my yen videos and watch them. I have been, the videos are about 2 years old. I have been explaining them 2 years ago, what exactly will happen, details and step by step, what will exactly happen until 2025, and exactly 100% all those points I have mentioned. I have been talking about the plans of the Fed, plans of Biden, the plans of Trump if he gets re-elected again, and all those details about these roadmaps, and everything happened. I was a little bit wondered. I was thinking so around 70-80% accuracy will be there, but I was much more wondered that 100% of everything I said in those videos exactly happened. So I was wondered of myself. Excuse me, but I think there is also a lot of room, some room also to applause to myself. Last not least, these guys, Biden and Trump, of course, they want to be richer. So I talk that's very simple way to explain it. And of course, Fed was rising the interest rates, and interest rates rising means that also the treasury bonds will go higher. If you look at the assets, private assets of Jerome Powell, he is holding more than, I think, 40 or 50% of different treasury bonds. So he's making at this moment a lot of money. Then Biden is making a lot of money. A lot of Congress members who are in Democrats and also Republicans, they are making a lot of money with interest rates rising policy of the Fed and also the treasury bills. And now on the other side, the real estate going down. And if now Trump says, all right, dear Jerome, now interest rates more goes down, what will go up? Of course, the home sales numbers will come down, and instead the real estate values get up. And that's exactly what Donald Trump wants, right? So he is a real estate mogul, do not forget it. And there is a fight also in the White House, guys. So Jerome Powell is going to lose his authority and power. And Jerome Powell was not Jerome Powell if he doesn't have a plan. And the plan is, before he's saying no, thank you, I go away, he will last time to increase the interest rates. And of course, many Fed members will say goodbye if Trump is coming. And that means with that step, he will make it very difficult for Trump and also for the Wall Street to rest, because if they will come also to a so from the some talking about depression, it's not even a depression. We still are at the beginning of recession, and it takes a long time. So inflation must go down, and that means if we have now, we are in the recession, the inflation still is high, and they cut the interest rate. What will happen? Of course, the interest rates will go up, but the stock market will go to the moon. That means then the inflation rate will go higher, on the highest level ever, and it will not be possible to rate exactly at that moment the interest rates again. So it means if they're gonna cut the interest rate, the market will go to the moon. If they raise the interest rates again, the market will collapse deeper. And that's a dilemma that Fed leaves behind before they leave the room for the Republicans or Donald Trump or other people like that. So they pay back the Donald Trump policy before he left the White House. So, and that's the reason that now the Wall Street says, okay, we go down, say goodbye to scammy stocks. So during the next month, you perhaps will hear about many stocks that have bankruptcy. Nvidia, possible. MSTR, of course, possible. SMCI, why not? It's just a stock, right? So they all have prices, but not everything what has prices has also value, right? That's the difference, guys. So everything has a price, right? Bitcoin has also a price, but the value of Bitcoin is zero. No value. Tell me what you can do with value. If you give me value, I tell you, give me dollars, I shot you, right? So, and gold has a price and it has many values. A very, very important precious metal is its usage nearly in every sector what we know, right? In the medicine, in electrotechnic, in engineering, in aerospace, and whatever you can call them. Palladium the same. US dollar, of course, that's an institution, right? Bitcoin, nothing. MSTR, no value. MSTR has just a price. The MSTR has no value. The value of MSTR is this, zero, right? SMCI has some kind of value, but because connected with NVIDIA, but yeah, what happens to the value if it's going down? The price collapses, right? So this is the first one. Be aware once you trading the Nasdaq, for instance, if you use technical analysis, I've got you my own indicators, whatever. So you know that the price will come back, for example, to the prior support. And look, these prices, this state of the market has been defended all the time by the bulls. They have lost it, right? So the market came down here. It has been started to lose this ground, right? You see here, this one. And now going back again, taking profit, selling much more, coming down. And you see here, now it's going to leave this area to come down to about 17,000. That will be the defendants area of here, this one, right? So there we go then next to 16,600, 16,800 before they go down. And if it happens, guys, Bitcoin goes to below 20K. If it happens until the next week, at the end of next week possibly we will see this price. So don't wonder. Bitcoin has zero value, guys. And so we see here that was the previous formation, right? You can remember that video I was talking about. So we had then lower highs, then finally the market broke, right? It came back. This is the technical indicator or technical confirmation that's breaking, coming back again, and it's going down. And then there was the next bull trap here. It's going out to 100K, to 100K. Nothing happens, guys. They have no idea how the technical analysis is working. Even I am using my own indicators and mainly fundamental analysis. But if I would use then technical analysis, then I would focus on details, right? Not just talking bullshit like those Bitcoin religion society or occult society group is talking. So do not pay attention to them, guys. And you see here now Bitcoin is coming down. What has happened? We are below, right? So the market went first for this gap, and then this gap, and then this gap, right? Filled it completely. And then something very nice is happening. 59,797 at this moment. So it will go a little bit higher. And now look here. We have the gap number 1. We have gap number 2, number 3, number 4. And that's exactly at 51,000. Not about that. We have a short amount of consolidation. But the problem with this consolidation is this is a consolidation with very low volume, right? If, for example, we would have a consolidation with high value, high volume here, and you can see it on your volume indicators, for example, right? It was just a trend continuation at this time, as we had this hype of this bull trap. It was a bull trap. Why? Because VIX was down, was up, guys, right? So every time the market is going higher, VIX was high. So every time the market is going higher, the prices are going higher, and VIX is up, you exactly want to know this is a fucking bull trap. Meaning, don't get trapped. Wait until the market stops and then sell aggressively, and I tell you, you will make a lot of money, right? The same happens if the market is going very deep down and the VIX is down, right? So then you want to see here that the market, that we will have a bear trap, meaning the market is trapping you and then going much more higher. So, and exactly at this moment, the VIX, I tell you the number of VIX now. Where is VIX? Where is my VIX? Yeah, 18.71. 18.71. The golden magic number, 14.99 or 15. Remember that number of VIX, guys. If the VIX is above, meaning everything what is against dollar, Bitcoin, Nasdaq, S&P, stocks, Ethereum, the fucking MSTR, and is going down, right? If the number is below 15, meaning then the market will start to build a consolidation to get up. If the market is below 4, meaning between 0 and 4, that means then you can buy what you can, because the market will start to skyrocket to the moon, right? And the same happens if the number is about 15, is very bad. If the number is about 17, is extremely bad. If the number is about 18, we will have a big catastrophic situation. And if that's 20, I can promise you the stocks will go nearly the prices of 10 years ago they have been started, right? So, and currently the number is at this region, meaning we have nearly catastrophic situation if it doesn't come back. And the VIX, well, it stands up. Why? Number one, a lot of sellers are pushing the market down. Then, especially at this region, a lot of buyers who have been holding the trend, the long-term trend, or the investors, the Bitcoin holders. You have seen in the previous chart of the long ratios, Bitcoin long ratios, how the big boys started to massively sell the Bitcoin. they leave the trend, so they take profits here, or they stops get hit. So both the stops get hit and they take profits here, both generating more sell signals, right? So, and these guys, they have been selling. Now the buyers start to sell themselves. That means they start to push down the Bitcoins they have been holding. This is much more selling power than there are other traders, right? Then we have the buyers who believe in narratives, like they believe in Santa Claus, right? And illusions or whatever bullshit and dumb thing is on the world. So they say, no, you're not right. It's because you're under, boom. And they get boomed. They get bounced, wiped out of the market. Then they must take the loss. And that's generating much more selling power. And now the bears started to sell the markets here or here or here or here or here or even here. What do? They see that. They sell much more. They push it down, and that is causing the volatility, which is caused alone by Bitcoin traders. On the other side, we have the stock market. MSTR down. He must to save its own margin call, or the last margin call, with Bitcoins selling much more Bitcoins, much more volatility comes in. Then there are traders who want to protect their positions. What do? They sell. They take immediate profit, and they see the market is going deeper and deeper. And let's say they have been here and here, and the market, they stop happening here because there are illusionists, and they need to repair that loss. What do? They want to sell because they want to have the money back they have been losing. So we have much more volatility. Then we have the correlation of other crypto markets that are going down or making exchanges, Ethereum to Solana to Bitcoin, whatever, what's coming down, Bitcoin, what's going up, much more VIX, right? So you see that VIX connected to all markets you trade, right? Even to the bread you eat every day, VIX is there, right? And unless the VIX is going higher, everything is coming down. So a fantastic indicator, I told you. So the Ethereum, of course, and also other markets like S&P 500, like Solana, they are following this movement. It's not the end. It's the catastrophe situation is not the end. It's just the beginning. I'm saying just the beginning because I enjoy all those Bitcoin community, fake, scammy, Ponzi community, their supporters. I love them to suffer, all those people. Therefore, I enjoy every second I see their bones are breaking slowly and they hear it, right? So then Bitcoin will fall down to the 50 level. So we will have some kind of consolidation here before it's going down to the next region. And this is at around 42,000. Yeah, 42,000. So that will be then at around 42,000. The problem here is we have another gap here, another here. We have a big unfilled gap here. It's not enough. the market must go, right? If you remember about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, so watch all the videos. It was one of the videos of the last 3 weeks, the first videos. I told exactly the situation we are in now, that we will come here. If the market comes here to this side, it says let fill the gap. But now look what's happening. That's a double trap for the bulls. The first trap is, or the first trap was, they did not fill the gaps as they started to go higher. They wanted to very fast to get higher. That's the dumpiest thing in trading you do. And guys like Michael Saylor, to me, well, you know, to me, he is the most stupidest, silliest person on the planet. And, you know, I just hate that person. And I love if Michael Saylor is suffering, right? I don't keep the shut up. I let them to keep shut up and to stop scamming. Therefore, I'm making these videos. So the market will fill the gap, but guess what is happening, guys? Now the bears has been pushing the markets down here. They have occupied these zones, and then they occupy this zone. So the bears come here. And now, what happens next? Then the markets want to, right? The intention of the market is to fill this gap to get back, but there are the bears, right? We see here, this is the bull territory. And now it will be the bear territory, right? So, and each time the bulls try to get up, the bears sell aggressively the market down. Well, this is the last resort of the bulls. 38,459, and that makes it a lot of difficult for the bulls to get up because the bears want it. Well, what do they want? They want it much more deeper. Why? Well, it's a money game because they want to make much more dollars, right? Because this Bitcoin community has been too fresh, guys. You know, stupid of the Bitcoin boys, and they said, Bitcoin, everybody must have Bitcoin. If you don't hold Bitcoin, we're gonna kill you. There are a lot of motherfuckers, son of the bitches and son of the daughters, who are holding Bitcoins, and they threaten people, they're spreading scams. And you know, guys, it's enough. And we tell you exactly, go fuck yourself. We destroy your fucking Bitcoin forever. Therefore, a lot of big institutions started to buy heavily dollar and gold. It's not the first time it's happening. The best is coming on this at this weekend. A lot of very, very interesting events will happen. Very good for dollar. Very good also for some stocks. Very good for gold, especially for gold, but extremely bad for Bitcoin. So it's not enough. We are just at the beginning, guys, here. Now look what will happen next. So the scenario, right, we are still here. So the market needs to feel back this area. Can you see it? Where it began. It began at 15,000 to 17,000, guys, right? Look, the market is going to feel this, and the deeper, the faster the market goes deeper to fill the gaps, the more powerful the VIX and the more powerful the momentum is becoming. Now you have the whole picture, guys. Yeah, look again where we are on bigger picture. So, gotta see it. So it was the first all-time high, then here, right? So the market didn't want it, came down, difficulties to go down, no chance. Each time Bitcoin rises higher, volume coming down. Each time Bitcoin going down, volume going higher, momentum going higher, VIX going much more higher. What does it mean? That the market wants it. It will come down then again to 37,000, 40,000 area. And we see here now a technical indicator. Look at this very thin movement, another fake. So I've been researching it. The VIX numbers at those time all high, meaning if the VIX historically meets, let's say, at this level, for example, right? So the VIX has been higher, right? Then here, for example, we can say, for example, the VIX was down, right? Historically then, if the VIX coming back to the previous levels, what happens to the VIX? It automatically skyrockets. Historically, if VIX is high, coming back to the levels which VIX was down, what happens? Does it go down? No way. It stands still high, right? Because this is an independent indicator. It's not an indicator you can manipulate. So there are types of indicators. You never can manipulate them because they are fundamentally made, those indicators, to protect any manipulation. Indicator number one is VIX. Indicator number two is the dollar. You can never manipulate. You can even cut the interest rates. But if people want to have dollar, for example, if interest rates going down, typically the dollar should fall, right? The Chicago PMI data, for example, today was below any estimate. Dollar should go down, right? Didn't happen. The dollar instead did another all-time high just today, 2 seconds after the data. So, because if I love dollar, right? So, and I want to have dollar, I buy dollar. The business is running, oil business. I sell my oil to you, you must pay me in dollar, right? The interest rate is going down, typically the dollar should go down. And suddenly we have war, we have, let's say, somewhere an atom bomb nuked, right? Somewhere we have catastrophic situation, terror attack. Remember 9/11? What happens to dollar? Immediately down, immediately up. Why? Because dollar, gold, Swiss franc, euro, British pounds sterling, and Japanese yen, and somewhere Australian dollar we can say too. These are the safe havens, and the king of them is US dollar. This is the big boss, right? The US dollar, and now, especially because of the last 3 years, what happened, the US dollar is indicator number one, VIX is number two. So there are a couple more indicators. And the indicator number three, guys, whatever you do, you see here the price. Now say, yeah, I can manipulate the price. No, you cannot manipulate the price. You trade the price because in your opinion the market goes up because you see this one. and you see this one, you have been lost yourself in illusions in the past. But I see this one, so I sell the price, right? So we see the market. What is the market doing? The market is up or down? No, the market is down. Why? We see here, because this is now and this is future, and everything what has been here is away. Forget this. Forget this. This is the past. Forget this. So we know from now on where the market is going down, here to which stations, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, right? So this is the reason. So I love these Bitcoin holders suffering. So then after the market hits the level 22,500, right? That level, and we see here we have again low volume, we have gaps has never been filled, gaps that had never been filled. This is of the year, let me check, when was it here? 1st of June 2022, the gap is not filled. Then the gap of 13 May of 22 is not filled. Then 8th of August 2021 is not filled. December the 1st 2020 is not filled. Then March the 9th 2020 is not filled. So when we can go back and we see here how many gaps has not been filled, and we have a bunch. And now if we look at the price, guys, so I make it now bigger for you. So here we are. Look, these gaps here are between 17,500 to 10,000. Then these unfilled gaps are between 2,500 to 7,500, 800 gaps. And then we have either the unfilled gaps at the beginning, they never in the history have been touched, but they will. And this is then 0 to 2,500. And guys, I'm trading many years, and I've seen all this. Yes, I was one day like you. I never believed what happened, and then the market taught me it's happening, believe it or not. But it doesn't matter what you believe, it believes only what I do, says the market. And the market says, I'm going to fill now all the gaps down. What a lot of people don't know, they think that it's over if Bitcoin goes to ground zero. That's a nice illusion, guys, but it will not be over. It will not be over, and I tell you why. So, as we are trading a digital thing, what you call it, right? Whatever. This is zero line, you see here zero, and it does not mean it is going down. No, if the markets go down here, it will be traded below 0.2 because it's a digital creation. We have seen also the oil prices have been traded below zero in 2020. And that means the market now intends to trade it down. As trader, of course, you will have a lot of fun with that. But if you hold Bitcoins, what does it mean to you? If you hold 1 Bitcoin, for each Bitcoin, how much money do you have to pay for that, right? So you have 1 Bitcoin and it is minus $2,500. You pay for that Bitcoin plus this current price, right? So then the Bitcoin goes then to minus $7,500 plus the price you pay for the holding of Bitcoin. With other words, you have a machine where you put your money in, not your money, your Bitcoins in, and you need to pay a lot of dollars, and your expectation that the outcome of this machine is 0 or below 0, right? So meaning you earn all the money, and then I ask you what you're doing with your money, and you say, yeah, I'm going to destroy my money. You say, oh, okay, so you are going to buy Bitcoin at the price of minus $5,000. Yeah, I did it. It's all right, very nice, have a lot of fun with that. And the next month you do the same, you take credit, and you are very happy about that, right? Because you want to lose. Yeah, so I can say you are a loser or whatever. And if I say, yeah, you are the winner, you say, what the fuck did you tell me? I am no winner. I am a big loser. I want to destroy my money, my Bitcoins. I am a loser. Never again call me a winner. I say, oh, excuse me, right? So, and this is the future of Bitcoin, guys. So, then the last reason is AI. And we had during the past areas the hype of the AI, but AI is becoming now something very normal, guys, right? So I don't know, many of you can't remember it, but I can remember because maybe some of you are younger. So at the early 90s, we had the internet hype. I know exactly, if you would ask someone, you believe in internet, and there have been a lot of households, they even didn't have any computer device, right? So what internet? We don't need internet, whatever. Look what happened. This was the evolution of internet, right? So this compared, for example, to these moves, whatever. And after some times, it's becoming normal. Even the usage is going down. Why? Because a lot of crime, bankruptcy, then corrupt activities, right? So espionage, whatever. And other people, who I'm asking to say, hey, I will take not one, twice, 2 days a week, and in these 2 weeks I turn off all my digital stuff, my mobile phone, my internet, everything what has electricity or has any connection with internet. And I take my family, we go away for 2 days, just being ourselves. So people, human beings, are going to that trend now. And that means, you see, this hype is or has been over. It does not mean that we never use internet. Of course, they come back after 2 days, but the usage is it's not something new, right? The same to the AI companies, semiconductors. And now everybody is making, yeah, this is the future. The new AI can predict the markets. Guys, it's not something new. I did it since 1990, and I teach you how to predict the market. I teach you. It's not a joke. It's possible because it is based on mathematical formula. Okay? It is possible, guys. Right? Like see, for example, why am I so accurate with my analysis, guys? Well, because of mathematics. Right? We use mathematical formulas and we forecast the future of the market, right? For a certain time. Right? And you can learn it too, right? We're teaching it, right, to our students and people, right? So this is a hype, guys, right? And we just look at numbers and facts, and we exactly knew here the next, not here, but here from here, right? Until here, this uptrend was okay because VIX were down. And from here, we exactly knew, all right, the next hype is coming. So we started to buy the Bitcoins. Was selling here, also taking some profits here. But to hedge them, to buy the Bitcoins, and it was at around 19,000, 18,000. To sell the Bitcoin exactly at the highest level. So our best price was 73,340. 73,340, nearly 74K. And we will not take profit anymore. We let it down to below zero, guys. Don't tell me I never told you this, guys. A lot of people tell you, buy this, otherwise the Bitcoin to the moon, and then everybody is millionaire, but you will. No, guys, it's not the truth. It's going down, and this is your chance to sell the market, to go with that trend. It will not go here, not too soon. Maybe in some years, right? Maybe we will have also during the next week, which can happen, right? So going up and then fall much more deeper because of the fundamental, accurate, logical reasons that market always follows, and the market doesn't care of emotions. So I don't care about the emotions of Bitcoin occult, fascist and scammy community, neither. Therefore, I wish you having a very successful week, and again tomorrow and this week try not to trade, instead just to watch, to let the markets coming down, to find your way and then take some trades. All right, have a good profitable day.